everybody. Welcome to another Bolt Up video, part of the Kings Rock Network, home of the Kings Rock podcast. Today we'll be bringing you Snorlax Stall. We'll be going a little bit over the deck here and then doing some gameplay. So what the Snorlax Stall deck does is it features this Snorlax right here from Pokemon Go, which has the ability Block, and it makes your opponent not be able to retreat. In addition, we have this Mimikyu, which prevents all damage done to this Pokemon by EXs and Vs. Then some support Pokemon, we have the Pidgeot V, which has the Vanishing Wings ability, so once on your bench you can put it and attached cards back in your deck. We have the Rotom V, we have two Rotom Vs, and it is in there for the Instant Charge ability, which allows you to draw 3 cards but it ends your turn. And then we have the Crabominable V, which is in there for the Trigger Avalanche attack. Pay for 1 water energy, discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. For trainers, we have 4 cross switchers. This is a big one. It is the boss's orders item. You can only use it if you're behind in prizes, and you get to switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to their active spot. We also have, we have the one of Heavy Ball. We have the one of Luxurious Cape, which can be attached to a non-rule box Pokemon. It gives them a plus 100 HP, but if they're knocked out, the opponent gets an extra prize. Playing 2 switch cards, 3 Misfortune Sisters. This card, look at the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck, discard any number of items you find there. This card is really important, number 1, because it removes cards from the opponent's deck, but number 2, it is used to get rid of switches, escape ropes, anything like that that can mess up our block or stall plan. We have Lure Module, which each player reveals the top 3 cards of their deck, puts all Pokemon they find there into their hand. So what this is used for is if your opponent only plays 1 Pokemon and they're just going to sit there and try to attack, and we can't counter capture or boss anything up into the active to prevent them from attacking, we can use the Lure Module and hope that they get a Pokemon into their hand that we can then use Erica's Invitation to make them reveal their hand, put a basic Pokemon there onto the bench, and then switch into the active spot. So that is used for decks like, for example, if this deck here, if we had the Rotom V and we didn't plan on attacking with it, we would be able to use Erica's Invitation, put it in the active spot for the opponent, and then lock it there with Snorlax. So that way they can't attack with it, and then they can't retreat as well. So it just stalls the game out, and they end up decking themselves and running out of cards, and I win the game. There's also Echoing Horn, which does a similar effect. It can put a basic Pokemon from the discard pile onto their bench. So even if they were to discard some of those support Pokemon that aren't meant to attack, they're not safe because you can just Echoing Horn them back. We have some Bravery Charms. We have 3 Bravery Charms. The basic Pokemon this card is attached to gets 50 HP. So Snorlaxes now have 200 HP. And then there is, the fear of this deck itself decking itself out as well before your opponent does, but that's what the Pidgeot is in there for. You can cycle it through, put it on the bench, and then use Vanishing Wings. It's now back in the deck, so you always have that card to draw. In addition to that, you also have Silene and Palpad, which is a loop within itself. You can, with Silene, flip 2 coins, put any number of cards, put cards up to the number of heads from your discard pile on top of your deck in any order. So you can, if you flip 1 heads, get the Palpad back, play the Palpad, now you have the Silene back in your deck. Do the Silene, flip again, if you get at least 1 heads, you get the Palpad back. So there's ways to bring the game going that way as well. And then finally we have 1 single water energy, and that is there for the Crabominable to get the last final 2 cards out of your opponent's deck before they can Judge or Iono or something like that to put more cards back in their deck. Alright, and without further ado, let's get to the gameplay. It's one of those trolley decks that you really enjoy playing and other people hate playing it against you. I'm not sure if you want to go first or second for this deck generally. I know a lot of decks in the format now want to go second, so maybe maybe you just sit there and go first. Or, sorry, maybe you go second, so that way you're taking away the advantage from your opponent's decks. All right, the opponent's going to choose anyway. So let's see what we got. Okay, I will go second, which probably isn't bad. Then you can get the supporter play on that turn one. Both of us getting the mulligan. It's my opponent playing Chien, probably. They do have a switch, so I'm not really happy to see that switch. We'll start with the Snorlax out there now. We got the Rotom to draw. There we go. Yep. Chien, Frigibacks, Baxcalibur. So it makes sense that they're going first. We got our Battle VIP Pass, our one of Battle VIP Pass. So we can grab another Snorlax. Maybe 2 Snorlaxes. We can keep trying to throw the Bidoof in the active. We do have the Mimikyu, so we could try to trap the Chien. Well, I guess that wouldn't be trapping it. Okay, we got Iron Hands too. But we're going to try to keep trapping the Bidoof in the active as much as we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Battle VIP Pass. We're going to get 2 Snorlaxes, and we're just going to roll with the Snorlax. Or, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go 2 Snorlaxes. We're going to get the Rotom. If they get the 2 prizes, that's fine. But we're going to do what we can to trap that Bidoof in the active. So we can start with the boss right now, which is I think what I'm going to do. Okay, they have the Bidoof, so Erica's Invitation isn't bad. They only have 1 Frigibax, but we're not going to be knocking that out. Let's go ahead and Lure Module. I don't know if that was the right move or not. I'm getting 1 Rotom. What are they getting? They got a Frigibax. Go ahead and get that 4th Snorlax out there. So the Bravery Charm on the active. And we're going to boss up the Bidoof and draw 3 cards. So that's our game plan. We're just going to keep trying to get that Bidoof in the active. Not letting them retreat with the Snorlax. We're making them rely on switch cards, on Penny, on whatever else they may have that can switch out that active. That was a solid Pokestop for them. They got the Vacuum, so they can vacuum off the Bravery Charm. I didn't see what else they got, though. Ultra Ball. Probably getting a Baxcalibur, I would assume, assuming they have a rare candy. There's the Baxcalibur. And there's the rare candy. So I know they have a Vacuum for sure. This card just looks so ugly on this game. Like, it's not good. Iron Hands is so little, like, small and teeny tiny, you can't even really see him on the card. Not a fan. Let's see, the Earthen Vesseled. Oh, there we go. They can bring up the Rotom, and now they can switch. I guess, assuming they have. Well, no, they got 2 energies. So they can. I can poke a gear and hope to get another boss. They're probably going to knock out the Rotom now, so that means I can also get a counter catcher. There's one retrieval. We're going to count those. We're going to try to pull some of those out with Misfortune Sisters and try to get as many of those superior energy retrievals gone as possible. That is number 1 that we've seen so far. Got a pretty blinged out deck. Look at that. They got the Irida, they got the Iono, the Boss, the Gold Rare Candy, the Gold Ultra Ball, Gold Superior Energy Retrieval, Gold Nest Ball, and they're rocking it. They got the Gold Energy. Look at that. Gold Energy there. They are just absolutely rocking. They got the gold everything. Is that my game, or does that just look that bad on this game? It doesn't look good. So they have to use all 4, which is fine. That means they need to rely on another superior energy retrieval to get another knockout. I'm going to promote this 200 Snorlax, so they have to get 4 again to knock him out. I also have another Bravery Charm to throw on another Snorlax if I want to. Echoing Horn could come in handy later. Let's go and poke a gear first. Try to find, there it is, the boss. Or, we're down now, so let's just do the Arven. Because then we can get another, we can get a counter catcher. And we can get another Bravery Charm. I think that's what I want to do. And here we go. Counter catcher up the Bidoof. We're going to throw these Bravery Charms on Snorlaxes here. I don't want to play the Rotom right now. I want them to be stuck. I know they play at least 1 switch, but they're still 4 prizes away. I don't want to give up the double prizes now. Don't have anything worth pal padding yet. So let's go ahead and try the Pokestop. Meh, not what I want to see. Okay, pass the turn. Bidoof, I got a 200 HP Snorlax in the way. So he needs a switch card. I'm assuming this is a version that has dropped the cross switcher. But they have the Irida, so the Irida can get them the switch. And they're possibly going to KO the Snorlax. So then I need to try to hit another boss or a counter catcher. I'll probably spin the Pokestop again to try to hit that counter catcher. Get another energy retrieval. Boss went away, that's good. So they're down 2 bosses. So I'm probably willing to bring that Rotom up now. It's possible they play more than 2, but I doubt it. 5 energies in the yard right now. There goes the Bravery Charm, which I'm okay with that. Still need to load up 3 energies on the Snorlax, or 3 energies to take down the Snorlax. And then I have 2 backed up. They still have to take out 3 more prizes. So I am okay with this for now. I think I'm willing to take my chance they don't have another boss. Since I've seen 2, I am willing to bring up the Rotom now to help me draw cards, I think. I don't know. It depends what we draw. Let's see what we draw first. So I have 2 bosses thrown away. I could probably pal pad the bosses back up. Hoping that's their only switch. So when I switch the Bidoof back in, if they're out of, well, bosses won't help them. So if they're out of switches, I basically win. rocking it with their special art cards. Drop a 180 on the Snorlax. That one's gone. They go to 3 prizes, but only 15 cards left in the deck. Pidgeot does not help me right now. So we are going to spin the stop. There's the counter catcher. Okay, so we got the counter catcher. Let's go ahead and throw two bosses back in. I think I'm going to sit tight. I'm going to bring up the Bidoof. And we're going to sit tight right here. The Mimikyu may not be bad. Well, no. No. As long as they have the Radiant Greninja, the Mimikyu is not a good idea. Down to 14 cards. Let's see how many switches they have left in their deck. I have 2 more counter catchers and 2 bosses. So 4 out of my 27 help me. None of them are prized. If I was concerned about prizing, I'd use Peonia here to get 3 of my prize cards picked up. If he Hyper Fangs, I would be so happy. He just moves 2 energy on the Bidoof to attack. Okay, going there. So I'm expecting a switch card. Or if they have... Okay, there we go. So they're Ionoing, which actually helps me too because I was pretty dead in the water and they're down to 3 cards now. So this is great. I got a boss, I got a counter catcher. They're really digging for a switch right now. They lose their B-Barrel. Probably throwing it right back in. Okay, threw some energy back in, threw the B-Barrel back in. Feeling pretty good about this game right now. Misfortune Sisters is about the only thing I want. There it is. And come on, let's hit a switch. Okay, no switch, but 2 more cards they don't have access to. We're going to hold on to that for now, and we're just going to pass. Because we got them in a good spot right now. They have to take 3 prizes. They only have 10 cards left in their deck. I have some more Misfortune Sisters. I can Pal Pad that one back too. Let's see. Okay, they have the rope, so they can get out of there. But we got the counter catcher to come right back. So let's go ahead and throw the big one up. Make them use all their energy. So they're going to use their energy on the Lax, and then I have another counter catcher to bring up the Bidoof back. They had a penny or something. I honestly don't know what I would do. Because if they pulled up that Bidoof, I'd probably have to bring up the Iron Hands, and I don't want to do that. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right move or not. They are currently down to 6 cards. I am at 26. They're at 5 cards now. I think somewhere in here, I guess I didn't check if Crabominable is here or not. So there are 3 cards. I'm guessing they're going to Iono again. How many Ionos have they played? So they could possibly have 1 more Iono. Getting as many cards in their hand and then shuffling it back and loading back their deck. Hailblade. So here comes a knockout on the Snorlax. What do they have for energy retrievals? They have used all 4 of their superior energy retrievals. So unless they have regular energy retrieval, I don't think they have enough energy to win this game. Nothing to horn. Let's do this. Really, I just want to see their hand. They have a counter Cactuar waiting to help them. They have no switches. So we're going to counter Cactuar up the B-Barrel, and we're going to pass. Two cards left in their deck. If I had the Crabominable, well, and a Switch, I would be in good shape. But there it is. There's the concession. So that is Block Snorlax. It is a blast to play, and I'm sure my opponent there was just yelling at the screen because there was really nothing they could do. If you like the video, like and subscribe. If you have any comments, leave a comment below. Be sure to check out the Kings Rock podcast, released every Thursday on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, on iHeartRadio. Check out the podcast, leave a review. Have a good day.